I'm the Oracle of Apollo, and you are watching Divine Encounters. I am sitting here at the Great Sand Dunes in Colorado, and boy, do I have a supernatural story time for you guys today. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and follow. This helps support the channel more than anything else. And you're not only supporting a channel, but you're supporting the inspirational archives for future of humanity. All right, we're gonna jump into it and let's go.
You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
You're watching Divine Encounters. It is Supernatural Storytime Wednesday night, coming live right here. So hopefully the stream isn't too choppy today. I'm live streaming every Sunday and Wednesday night. Wednesday night is Supernatural Storytime, and Sunday night we have all of your horoscopes every single week. So happy to be here to bring you a supernatural story that is here to open your eyes, help you be inspired, and maybe feel that the impossible is actually possible. All right, so today's guest is Elizabeth, and she's going to be sharing with you guys all about, I think, a very important topic, especially coming now into autumn. We're basically here in the fall season now. And it's going to be about releasing and letting go. We've worked so very hard this summer and this year to plant our seeds, grow them, and she'll be coming on today to share all of that with you guys. And of course, if you want to work with me, need a spiritual advisory, if you're looking for a reading, want to learn more about angels or develop your abilities, please check me out at oracleofapollo.com. And it doesn't matter where you are at in the world, I can help and be of service to you. All righty. Excuse my fingers because we're doing this from the actual phone today. All right. So we're going to be bringing on my guest now. Give her a big Divine Encounters welcome to Elizabeth. Hey, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Super excited to have you on. How we met was so beautiful. We met at Mandala Springs, and you shared some amazing stories with me, and we had a beautiful moment. I even got to tattoo you. I think that was great and amazing.
Yes, certainly. I was at a different point then, and every day has been amazing since. This whole year has been very much an awakening, and I thank you for that gift. And I feel like we're doing more work together, so I look forward to growing our relationship and our friendship as well.
Oh, yes, and we have been doing more work together. We've been working on the healing angels of the energy field, learning how to develop your clairs, your clairaudience, claircognizant, clairvoyance, clairsentience with the help of the angels. And if you guys are interested in any of that, you can jump into that class at any time and email me at divineencounters@e360.com. Elizabeth, let everybody know at home a little bit about yourself.
My name's Elizabeth Vaughn, and in the past, I've changed radically, I'll say, since this year. There's been some things that's changed. I grew up in Ohio. Everyone has a story. My story is just recently picking up. Currently, I have a couple pillows, and I just see them, and they're not actually there by accident, even though they've been there. I met God recently through a mushroom encounter.
Oh, Lord. And we're
I
going to be
kid you
jumping
not.
into all of that during our supernatural story, yeah?
Yeah, that's
All right,
it.
guys, you guys already know the premise. This is how it's going down. So make sure that you stay tuned. But first, you guys already know, have your high quality H2O. My water drop bottle is actually at the bottom of the mountain. But shout out to Water Drop. I've been using your bottle all summer, getting loads of compliments and also encouraging me to drink more water. And the glass is actually so thick that I've dropped it several times and it hasn't cracked. But so, anyways, always have your high quality H2O with you. You guys know I'm a big advocate for drinking water. So, to your health, wealth, and prosperity, water is the essence of life and helps electricity move through the body. So, it's very important that we drink water. We're going to do things a little differently here because I've actually been kind of sort of a little bit stranded at the top of this mountain today. We were supposed to leave a long time ago and we're still here. So, none of my cards are here today. So, Vaughn, the beautiful being that she is going to surrogate my reading of the What's Good card, and Vaughn has that now. So to that I say, What's good? And Vaughn, go ahead, yell it. What's good?
What's good?
All right. So what's good? Indeed. Vaughn's gonna read our card for us today, and she's gonna show us also what card she selected for the What's Good card.
All right, so this is the card here. And the reading of this is release all of the pressure and expectation weighing you down. Shed it all so you can recover before moving into a time of renewal. Autumn is when the trees are preparing for the long cold winter and must let go of all the weight they are carrying in order to continue to grow and prosper. Sometimes you too just have to surrender an aspect of yourself in order to continue to grow and prosper. The raven on the autumn card shows that there is an opportunity to heal at this time. In Celtic animal medicine, the raven is the bird of healing and initiation. The healing it brings is a shift that allows you to move into a more powerful psychic space where you can be aware of your needs and desires and be better supported.
Hmm.
There is an extended message here. It says, you know what is heavy? What is holding you back? Is it a person, a situation, or a dream? Like the trees letting go of their leaves and fruit in the autumn, it's time to just let it go. When you hold on, you try to control reality, and that never works. I have some messages from Divine from this. When you let go, you make space for the new to enter your life. You are being guided by your angels and nature herself to release whatever is stopping you from moving forward, and you can do this. When the autumn card arrives in the future position of a spread, or as the last card in a reading, it can also indicate coming autumn will usher in important energies with regards to your question or intentions.
Hmm. That's really powerful. And it speaks to a lot of things because when we move forward in life and we're trying to become something that we've never been and we hold on to the things that are weighing us down, it literally slows us down. It creates seeds of doubt inside of us, and truly we never become who we were meant to be if we try to hold on to those things. So it's important to prune the branches of life, and I've had this conversation like several times over the last 2 days. And as you read that, Vaughn, a butterfly actually came right in front of the camera and like almost hit my face and went that way. So I thought that was cool. What is your takeaway from this message?
Well, I'm actually going to read this. Bring me your mind for rest and renewal. Let me infuse my presence into your thoughts. As your mind stops racing, your body relaxes and you regain awareness of me. This awareness is vital to your spiritual well being. It is your lifeline, spiritually speaking. There
Mm,
are actually more than 4 dimensions in this world where you live. In addition to the 3 dimensions of space and one of time, there is a dimension of openness to my presence. This dimension transcends the others, giving you glimpses of heaven while you reside on earth. I have seen heaven on earth. This was part of my original design for mankind. Adam and Eve used to walk with me in the garden before their expulsion from Eden. I want you to walk with me in the garden of your heart, where I've taken up permanent residence. And that is Genesis 3:8 and Psalm 89:15.
And how does that relate to today's card?
Oh, so much. When it says, give me your mind for rest and renewal, just to remember to be here now. To be here now is the biggest gift. And we already know this, and yet we forget that we are spirits and a body, and we are not our body. And we know this, and yet we still think of it as outside of us. When you align that and you realize that your spirit, that spirit is in all of us, that divine love, that divine spirit, it's in all of our hearts. That intuition, following that, listening to that, being here now, biggest gift ever. And just remember, what was it? I recently had a quote. I'm going to try and say it. It was about Albert Einstein. It talks about imagination, or rather, it was about what you're really grieving is you're carrying something from the past. If you can forgive yourself and just completely forgive yourself and know that you were doing your best with what you had at the time, you get to just drop it and just move on. So be here now, forgive yourself, love yourself, know yourself. That's my message.
Beautiful. Thank you. And so that's the What's Good card for today. We're going to be jumping now into our next segment, which is our mindfulness moment. So if this is your first time watching Divine Encounters, I'm going to ask you now to put your feet on the ground. We're going to breathe for 1 minute. And we typically do the key words of the card that we pulled. Although I don't know if there was any keywords in that book that you had, Vaughn, for the Raven card. Were there keywords separate from the message?
No, that's all that I got. It just says
No,
release
were
the
there
old and
keywords
past.
when on the book itself? Were there keywords? You know how they usually have like prompt or keywords, or and then it separates it into the message. Was there anything?
Let me go back to it. I know that there was the one message overall I can reread. Here it is. It says, release all of the pressure and expectation weighing you down. Shed
Oh
it
no,
all so that,
we had that already, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay, that's fine. Don't worry. We're going to do it this way then. Okay, everybody close your eyes and just take a moment to assess where are you at energetically, and then in the comment section below from 1 to 10, let me know where are you at. So take 10 seconds and let me know where you're at energetically. 1, this is the least amount of energy. 10, this is the most amount of energy. And in my live studio audience in the middle of nowhere, we have Deebs hiding in the background. He's also going to give us a number in a second. You won't see him. He'll just be a mystery person right here in the side. All right. So for myself, I am at an 8.6. That's how I feel right now. How about you, Elizabeth?
I feel like a 9, 10.
You're 9, 10.
Yeah. Normally I'm introverted, so this is a lot for me, but it's a wonderful challenge that I'm learning to overcome, and there's always beautiful.
Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you. And Mystery Deebs in the background, what number are you at?
I feel like I am a 7.
At a 7. All right, fantastic. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and breathe into this for 1 minute. You're going to hear the bell, you're going to close your eyes, and then we're going to shift our energy. Eyes are closed now, and I'm putting 60 seconds on that clock. We're going to breathe in the courage to change the things and aspects in life that are no longer in service to us. We're going to just breathe into that. We don't need to label it or give it a story. We're just going to notice the body and let that go. We're going to let go of the need to control any outcomes, circumstances, or situations, and just notice where your body is bringing its attention towards, and breathe into that section. And then we're just going to let that go. Beautiful. And now we're going to ask permission to bring in all those new things, new places, circumstances, situations to come into the forefront that bring us the most joy, that bring us the most love, that bring us the most of life. I just breathe into that for one more second. We're gonna let that go. And then now we're just gonna bring gratitude to ourselves. Give ourselves a moment of thanks for being here, for creating this moment, for breathing into this moment. And we're gonna gently open our eyes, and then we're gonna share in the comment section below as well. Where are you at energetically in this moment now, from 1 to 10? 1 being the least, 10 being the most, and I will go first. I definitely feel myself clearing through a lot of things, especially in my mental layer, which is the layer of distrust. And I feel like I'm at a 9.2 right now. So that's where I'm at. How about you, Elizabeth?
I feel like a 3.
You feel like a 3?
Yeah.
You grounded then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything, any other sensations come with that? Sorry, Cooper knocked my tripod down.
Just a lot more lightness and acceptance of myself and where I am, and being here now.
Thank you. And how about you, Mystery Deebs in the corner? Where are you at numerically? What my mouth? What's your number and what are you feeling?
I feel like I'm at 6, and I'm feeling like there's a lot of work to do.
All right, at a 6 and has work to do. We all have work to do though, right, Elizabeth?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. All right, guys, so it's that time of the evening. We're going to be jumping right into our supernatural story time. So get the kiddies, get the husband, get the wife. These episodes are meant to be illuminating conversations to bring perspective. And if you feel any resistance around the labels that are used in this episode, recognize that we are talking about the same thing, the ever pervasive loving consciousness that is here. We just all have different names for it. And I invite you to let go of any resistances that you may have about the next 20 minutes, because you might just open up to a whole new potential and a whole new world. So go ahead, get everybody in your house, and we're about to start our supernatural story time. Yeah. Vaughn, are you excited?
I'm excited and nervous. The things that I have to say have never been said or shared before. So,
All right. So you already know it's about to go down right now. Let's go. Okay, Vaughn, you have permission to start wherever you are at, and you'll see me chime in, but I would try not to interrupt, and I'll give you a 5-minute warning.
okay, thank you. First of all, thank you for being here with me today. Everyone that's here that's tuned in, and everyone that's going to watch later. I'm really excited to have this opportunity. Supernatural encounters. This year, my life has been nothing but supernatural. 22 has always been my favorite number. And certainly, I always claimed it as my year. Little did I know that claiming it, how that would change my life. Last year, I was spiritually dead. It felt like that, even though I wasn't. I never was. That's not true, but I felt it. And I was an atheist. And in fact, I was an atheist, a pretty strong one. I was pretty rebellious, and I've always been stubborn. And I didn't believe in God. I chose not to. In fact, I was brought up taught of God, and brought up Christian, as many people have. And I heard of that, and I turned away from it. And being an atheist, I used to say, with my childhood, Devil don't scare me. I done look that in the face every day. Like I lived there. Doesn't scare me. And truly it didn't. And then I would say, when it comes to God, now this is in the past. I've seen God's face since. I used to say, if there was a God, he would have to ask for my forgiveness. And the reason why is because I thought he left me out. And I didn't realize that, but it wasn't just me, because I didn't care as much about myself. And that's what I'm working to heal now, is to heal and love myself. But I felt, and I thought, not felt, but I thought in my mind, anyone who is spiritual, anyone who reads cards, anyone who practices magic, white magic, certainly there is magic and there is illusion in the world, and I'm understanding there is a lot of darkness, and I'm working with, I feel like, divine right now. I know I am, so I'm speaking carefully, being more mindful. Love is what is going to prevail. And whenever you stop, and as Jesus literally wanted us to do, and as he spoke about this lifeline, I am grasping onto that lifeline. I had never felt it. I did not know that how supernatural Christianity can be. And you don't even have to claim Christianity. You just have to get to know yourself and build that relationship with the divine, because the divine, the way that God made us, is in his image, that we all have a spark of divinity, and it's in you right now, whether you believe or not, doesn't matter. And that's what God has showed me. The story of creation is one that had never been complete in this 3D realm. God knew, Jesus knew about the different dimensions, and certainly I have seen them, and I know of them, and I'm learning more every day in this body.
Can you express a little bit about the different dimensions, what that means to you, what that looks like, or uh how do we access that?
Dimensions are consciousness. Dimensions at first are levels of consciousness, and I'm learning more, and I'm opening myself up to this truth, and this truth is being shown to me supernaturally. And I really didn't even practice magic before, and I touched on Wicca when I was a teenager, and I put it down. There were some bad things that happened, and I just closed my life off to everything. And literally, I put myself, now I realize how we are vibrational beings, okay? And I want you to realize how powerful you are, and how loved you are, and how wonderful you are, just as you are right now, all of us. We are all part of the divine. It is in you. It is what's in my heart. One thing that God has showed me is doubting Thomas. I feel in my soul, and God says, in a past life, I was doubting Thomas. And then I laugh because I was an atheist. And now I've seen God's face in this body, in this life recently, wakening up.
What's a doubting Thomas? Because these are just labels that I want the audience to understand,
Thank you.
because they're not very typical.
Thank you. Doubting Thomas was a real person. Um, uh, Thomas Didymus, and he was a real person, and these are biblical things. So this is straight from the Bible. And Doubting Thomas was born December 21st, scholars say. And both, it's interesting because both names, Thomas and Didymus, are both Greek and Hebrew for the same word, which means twin. I do know that the day that Thomas is, so you can find him. But he was one of Jesus's disciples. In short, he was one of Jesus's disciples that was alive in the time of Jesus, and he was the one that said, "I don't believe you. Let me put a finger in your hand to see that hole." And he was one of the disciples. And then it does say in the Bible, many people are not aware of this, a lot of Christians I've asked recently, It turns out that Jesus had pulled Thomas to the side, said three things. I don't know exactly which. I'm learning. He said three things in private to Thomas, and he wrote Gospel of Thomas, which states, and it affirms everything I'm sharing with you. Divinity is in you. I saw creation from the beginning, through a vision, through God. The kingdom of God is inside of you, and it's all around you. Everything that we see, everything that we touch, everything around us, whether you believe or not. If you would like eternal life, it's easy. Love yourself, accept yourself, be yourself. Give thanks to God how you find God. God is love. Give thanks to love, give thanks to God, give it back. Connect to yourself and give to yourself.
Okay. I don't want us to segue too far out of your story line
That
for
is my
time's
story.
sake.
Yeah.
Oh, that is your story. So are you saying that you were like literally the incarnation of doubting Thomas? Or like a doubting Thomas?
No, I'm telling you, God says I was doubting Thomas. And I want to share with you that through I talked about this vision. It was the most amazing time. I have some amazing, wonderful friends I love so much. And I went to a burn. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of a burn, but it's a wonderful type festival. And they have 12 principles, like, radical self-reliance, inclusion. It's just wonderful. Look up Burning Man, and certainly find some regional Burning Mans in your event. You might just have a great time like I did. Went with some friends, had this vision, and it was amazing to me because I was taken over. I'd seen this vision, one of many that I've had since, not on mushrooms, the ones after. But I had a vision, and afterwards I woke up and I just started screaming, everything, everywhere, all at once. Love, love, love. And I saw, like, my body, when I had this, my body, my spirit left my body, and I soared high above everything. I don't even know how to comprehend that expansiveness, but it was like everything. And it was the most incredible feeling I had ever felt. And I just hovered there, and I shook, and I came back in to my body. And once, and that's what I just kept saying, everything, everywhere, all at once, love, everything. And I just felt it in my soul. And I just had a holy experience moment. Okay. I had an encounter. Really wonderful.
What do you think was pouring into you at that moment? Why do you think it was pouring into you at that moment?
I know now. I know now. It was God. It was God waking me up. I feel as though God had seen, literally, Holy Spirit had seen my heart, and I was in hell. Like, literally, I feel like I grew up in hell. And so, in truth, I created that, and I see that now, and I'm learning more and more every day. We are vibrational beings, and we are powerful. So I had created that, and here I was in hell, and yet I was still giving love to everyone else, struggling to give love to myself, which was what my son said his lesson was. He came to earth, he told me, in full knowing and alignment, telling me he came to earth to teach me to love myself, where he knows my heart and knows that I love everyone else as well. It's really amazing. I do feel like I am consciousness in human flesh.
Mm-hmm.
I am consciously aware that I am not my body and that I'm a spirit, in a way that not everyone may be able to yet, but I know that you can. And it starts with just believing and knowing that you're worth it and that you're part of it and you're already in it. It really
So
is beautiful.
are you in a space now that you do love yourself?
Absolutely. I love myself, and I'm realizing that forgiveness, thank you, Jesus, and that's me. You don't have to identify, because you're loved already. It doesn't matter. So if that word is polarizing, I understand that polarity is going away. I understand that there needed to be polarity, and that's one of the laws of the universe for anything to exist. When God said, let there be light, he created darkness. So it's really one and the same. Everyone has a part to play. Jesus preaches forgiveness. And certainly that's why, for anything to exist in this place of time and space, there had to be that polarity, that duality.
Hmm.
That's part of it. So when you forgive yourself and you forgive others, you free yourself from those shackles and binds. And the power is within you. You just have to believe. Start believing in yourself.
And this is the way to love self.
To know yourself. I feel as this says, it's not me. It literally is Holy Spirit and God. I did not realize that God is real and it is spirit. It's so you don't have to identify you're loved no matter what. You don't have to identify, but again, this says, you know, bring all your troubles, and just when you know that you are loved and that you are worthy, and you are, because you're part of it. My picture shows, and I see, and it's complete. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Look at that. He gave his son for all of us. We are one heart. We are one family. God exploded out, and it's like his little seedlings. That divine, that is you. That
So,
is
do
me.
you feel it wasn't until what came first, the understanding logically of what you have read, and then it ensued into self love? Or did radical self love be created and then the search began? It's kind of like, what was the prompt that started you on this journey? Because right now you're speaking from a knowledgeable place, but what was the prompt?
So a few years ago, I did start waking up a little bit, and I started to change. I just looked around and I hated life, you know? I just felt like everything was wrong, and again, I was angry at God, um, and everything was wrong, and I was mad about it. And then I would say, again, I can look Satan in the face, doesn't matter. When it comes to
Right.
God, he needs to ask for my forgiveness. But you know what? Even God's not mad at me because I can be good without God. And so I guess I realize now in saying this, that was the part where I started to accept to be the change I wish to see in the world.
Hmm. Okay, I understand. So you created a pact with yourself. I am going, regardless of who or what is with me, I'm going to be the change that I want to see because the time is now, and I feel that that is my calling.
It was actually not a pact from myself. Supernaturally, here's a little story for you. My father, I love him so much. He died the very night of my son's first birthday party. And it was very weird and supernatural because everyone was there and everyone said everything that they needed to say, and it felt, you know, that feeling. It felt. My mom and I actually discussed it. Um, I had my cards read about a year ago in Casadega, Florida, and was told that my father is my son's guardian angel. Really was interesting. And my son had that reading confirmed a second time. Really powerful stuff. I recently was divinely inspired. I used to go by Vaughn, now I go by Elizabeth. I knew that my father loved me. My aunt said that my father felt some kind of way different about me, and she couldn't quite explain it. Not that he loved me more, but that he just felt some kind of a way. And I knew he was always proud in calling me Elizabeth. So I felt divinely inspired out of nowhere to look up the meaning of Elizabeth. It is oath to God.
Beautiful.
And and when the Holy Spirit saw me and opened to me, truly, I
Alignment.
say truly, truly said, child, you are the mustard seed. I started shouting and yelling, I am the mustard seed, the mustard seed, the mustard seed, I am the mustard seed. And without a thought, and it sprang pure from my heart, pure from my highest consciousness, pure from my soul.
When you receive this message, when you say, I received this message, what does that mean? And we have 4 minutes, by the way.
It's a supernatural message. It's allowing yourself to be present in the moment and to be open to possibilities and listen to yourself. Certainly this divine wants to connect to you, and you have the power to do so, just by meditating and freeing your mind. And everything that you have to worry about, I want you to feel into the energy. I'm going to post a couple videos on the Gospel of Thomas. Please look those up and find that for yourself. I'm going to post a couple of videos that I really love, because it's 100% accurate and true in what my message is that I'm want to share with the world, which is, we are vibrational beings. Everything that we think, everything that we speak, that is the real magic. We have the power within the side of us. God gave it to all of us, whether you believe or you don't believe. We all create our own reality.
Mm-hmm.
We all create our own vibrational reality. And to connect to yourself is to like align your chakras, right? Like we have our heart plexus right here. And this is our true identity, to align your ego and your super ego to connect to the divine. And it just opens up a whole world. It's really beautiful, this experience I've been on. And I look forward to learning more about myself and helping and learning and loving myself and sharing this with the world.
That is so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing your story. And I just want a presence that anytime that we are in a space of hate, it takes us away from love. Anytime that we're in a place of judgment, it's a place of fear. Anytime we're in any of those places, we are away from love. So it's not that somebody is better than you to receive these messages. It's not that you're doing something wrong or you're a bad person.
No,
Forgiveness must be placed inside the body. Love must replace any kind of hate, any
my
kind of
love, it's
discord.
unconditional. It is an unconditional, pure kind of white love. It's the kind of love that you feel when you pet your dog. You know that dog, everyone's had a dog or an animal. It's that kind of love
Absolutely.
for you.
And thank you for presencing that today, Elizabeth. All right. So this was a beautiful story time. Is there, you said you're going to be posting some videos to give some people some knowledge. Is there anywhere else that anybody can reach you at if they so feel the need to connect with you?
I am on Facebook. Typically I work or I'm on Facebook. That's about all I'm on. Honestly, I've been hidden for a while.
All right.
That's
So we're going
yeah,
to keep her hidden, it
that's
sounds
it.
like. But
No,
if you need, no? Okay.
Facebook.
You can tell
Facebook.
them tell them your Facebook name.
It's Vaughn Evie, I believe. I'll make sure to post it, or if you can help me to share it, I appreciate that. Technologically, oh,
Yes, we'll post that in the comment section below if you so feel to need to extend this conversation with Elizabeth here. All right, we're going to be jumping into just a moment a message from our sponsor at Mandala Springs, who is sponsoring Divine Encounters this summer. So we'll be right back right after this.
Imagine a verdant paradise. Imagine a verdant paradise that stands as a convergence of worlds, a living temple of native wilderness, a place where the full potential of inherent human and earth magic can be seen, felt, and understood. A space that attracts the brightest and best of educators on the leading edge. A place of permaculture designed for the benefit of future generations.
Thank you for joining me. I am your hostess sitting on the side of I don't know, a mountain of a sand dunes. Can we see that there's mountains and sand dunes? All it's like a 2-for-1 special here on Divine Encounters today, and I'm pretty sure I'm sunburned now from sitting up here. But anything for you guys. All right. So today we had our guest on the show, Elizabeth, who spoke to us about the things that she released and embodying unconditional love. And she is a wonderful human being, and we're so happy to have her. We have a question for her for the day. So we're going to jump into the question for the day for Elizabeth. and let me know what you are. Okay, so we have a question for to you, madam. Here are we go. What are some action steps to let go of what no longer serves you?
Believe in yourself, have faith, start listening to mantra is really super important. Eh, our power, we give power to, I'm sorry, what we think we give power to. So if we think we're powerful, and by saying it, even if you don't think it, just say it. Just say it and feel into that and keep feeling into that and keep giving it. And by that, you are literally praying to God, to divine's ear, and asking for that. The more you feel into it, the more energy you give it, the more you're bringing it forward in your vibration.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I appreciate that. Deebs, is there anything you want to answer to that? Your mic is on.
Uh, I just really appreciate you sharing your story. If you don't mind me calling you Elizabeth. It's a beautiful name, by the way. Yeah, it's really touched me just to hear your story. I really appreciate the truth and honesty in what you share.
Oh, thank you so much for that. He's appreciating your truth and honesty. And so we're going to be jumping into the midweek collective energy check-in today. And we're going to do this a little differently because again, a girl don't got her tools today. So you can say I'm unprepared, or you can say that I'm a trendsetter. I don't know. One of those has to be true. So Vaughn is
Trendsetter.
actually, I take it. So Elizabeth is actually going to do our cards for today. This is a whole brand new thing. So be prepared. I'm sure she's going to share some of her wisdom because we have extra time. And then I'll chime in too. So we're going to jump into the midweek collective forecast for the middle of the week. And these are timeless readings. Whenever you hear them, it is when it's meant for you to hear it. Okay, girl, hit me with your best shot. And let me know what you're throwing down because I can't see.
Really interesting. It's really interesting.
You can share whatever you like because we have like 8 minutes. So,
Okay.
what you got?
Be open to
The
healing
medicine guardian.
information.
Be open to healing information. I feel like that's definitely in alignment, like what we're talking about, polarizing titles. And sometimes a messenger can be jarring. However, it's the message within the messenger that we need to be paying attention to. And definitely, if we are resistant towards the type of message, asking ourselves, what makes me resistant to receiving this information inside of myself? What do you think about that card?
Be open to healing information. Knowing that we are one conscious collective, every person that you meet, that you encounter, is reflecting a part of yourself back to you. And as you treat that person with love and kindness, you are healing a part of yourself.
Beautiful. Hit us with the next one.
Beautiful.
Water guardian.
Yes. And it says, connect with your emotions.
Water guardian. You know, the interesting thing is that it's a guardian. So it's the person that is taking care of or stewarding your emotions, your heart, your emotional sovereignty, your well being, because that is an aspect of your emotions as well. So it feels like here with these two cards connecting, that it's allowing us to recognize the shifts that are required in order to have a clarity in the depth of our emotions. How are you feeling about this card?
Um, it's important to remember that emotions are fleeting and not to hold on to them. When we're upset, it's important to speak our truth in the moment and say, hey, this made me feel upset. By doing that, by communicating and clarifying, we're able to see someone else's perspective. When we hold on to it, we're literally poisoning our body. There are certainly low vibration emotions and there are high vibration emotions, happiness and joy. The more that we can get into happiness and joy, be present and connected in the moment, we're literally bringing those blessings and attracting blessings into our life. And it's okay if we are feeling something less than desirable, that we're angry. There is no judgment with that. When you're able to stop, drop it, let it go, get back to the present moment, and at least practice neutrality in your emotion, um, again, you're at least not hurting yourself.
Hmm. Thank you. All right, let's go for the next one.
Beautiful. Oh,
Well, I
it says
winter.
winter, yes. And it says take care of your needs.
Take care of your needs. And everything that we're talking about, those cards are in alignment with one another. It's all about the self. And a lot of times we get so bogged down by responsibility that we stop taking care of ourselves. We make it a point to put other priorities ahead of it. We don't really realize that time is ticking and that we wait for days or weeks or months before we put something that is for ourselves in the forefront. And it's very important that we recognize what those needs are to begin with. Because many times we're doing all of those people pleasing things to get the external validation from other people so that we can feel like we are worthwhile in the world. And so we allow ourselves to give too much. We're always hyperextending our energy, even though if we're tired or listless or unmotivated. And it's important to recognize that those moments are your needs asking you to, hey, pay attention to me, revert that energy back to myself, allow myself to pour into my own cup because we cannot pour from an empty vessel. That's what I have for that card. What do you have?
Thank you for speaking truth, sister. That's beautiful. It really is checking in with that heart space. Check in with yourself. Make it a habit. Start listening to yourself and loving yourself and come into alignment within yourself. Love yourself. When you come into alignment and, you know, ask yourself, do I really want this? You know? And if there's a little voice that says no, follow that. That's your intuition, that's your strength, that's your lifeline. Beautiful.
Yes. And when we don't even pay attention to that, that's when resentments settle in because we think other
Exactly.
people
And
are supposed to read our minds and know what we need or immediately act upon it. But if we do not speak our needs, no one will know what those needs are. And if we don't presence those needs into our own life and prioritize them, other people will think of your time as not valuable or that it can be taken at any point. What is the next one for us, dear?
the next one is, I love this. It's it's spring,
Spring.
which
We have do
is
we have
see
like
your
all the
seeds.
elements?
Oh, yeah, this is beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. See your seeds grow.
See your seeds grow. This is fall. We've entered in, through the equinox. We are officially in fall. All the effort of winter time that we had in January of listening to ourselves, falling back into the stillness, and then recognizing what we were taking from that stillness into summer, which was the time for creating. This was the time for seeding. This was the time for allowing ourselves to have joy and but continue to nourish all of these energies. And in that spring energy, we were planting those seeds in that summer energy, we were tending to those seeds. And now here in the fall, this is harvest time. So whatever you planted this year, this is the time when harvest will be reaped. And if you didn't plant anything worth growing, worth harvesting, then you just get another chance. But you have to go into that dormant cycle again to see where your energy is best suited coming into the once we go into the winter. What do you have for this card?
Thank you so much. I see your seeds grow. I want to tie back to thoughts and words and that vibrational energy that I'm speaking of, because this falls perfectly in alignment with that. When you speak blessings, you receive blessings. When you believe you're going to get blessings because you're worthy of blessings, and I tell you, you are, because you are part of divine,
Absolutely.
you're just going to attract it. Law of attraction is real, and it's something that is all around us. The kingdom of God is literally inside of you and all around you. And the more that we are practicing joy, and we are living with this, certainly there are things, again, less than desirable. They are meant to teach us a lesson because we are all falling short of the grace of God. Am I right? So accept that lesson with love and joy, and just keep telling yourself, I am so worth it, and I love myself, and I can do these things, and breathe life back into yourself instead of everyone else.
Absolutely.
Put yourself first.
It's imperative that we put ourselves first because no one else is going to put us first. And we have to teach other people to love us. But first, in order to do that, we have to teach ourselves how to love ourselves. So, yes, I 1000% agree with that. All right, I think. Okay, so let's go ahead and do another card. I think we have time for one more, maybe. Yeah, we'll do one real quick one because we got 4 minutes.
Seer. See beyond the current.
Seer.
See beyond the current situation.
So I just wanted, this is like we have like a minute and some change for this. See beyond the current situation. So not everything directly in front of us is basically the end all be all. You might be in a circumstance that you hate, that you're not into. Your current destination is not your final outcome. And we have to remember that our realities are created by our choices, and that we have choice every single day. And the moment that you surrender that option for choice is the moment that you become a victim to fate, to destiny. And fate and destiny, they favor the bold. So you have to be bold. You have to push through discomfort. You have to risk it. You have to try. Otherwise, you're just going to be in the same cycle, and you're going to be 80 years old and regrets, have just a life full of regrets, and not a life worth living. So when you write the chapters of your life, make sure it is a book that you want to read over and over again. Thank you, Elizabeth, so much for being here on Divine Encounters. I hope you guys tune in next, Sunday night when we do your horoscopes. And of course, we have every single week a winner that gets a personal reading at the end of the episode. And next Wednesday, we're going to have another supernatural story time. By next Wednesday, I probably will be in Tennessee. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. This will help the algorithm and help other people, help the channel grow even more. And I appreciate all of you. So let's go ahead and wrap up this episode really quickly here. And let me just take a moment to figure out the message that Vaughn is leaving inside my heart today. Thank you, Vaughn. And I'm going to do that con mucho amor.
Do you or someone you know experience something supernatural that has left a positive impact on yourself or the lives of others? Do you or someone you know experience something supernatural
is this
that has
playing? I
left a
can't tell if
positive
my
impact on
outro is
yourself or the lives of others? Want to share your story on our show? Please email Divine Encounters at e360tv.com, and together, let's create divine experiences. And now, the Oracle's final thoughts con mucho amor.
Today I learned that love is love, and it can come spontaneously right into your life if you're willing and be open to receiving that love. I want to thank everybody here right now, and go forward and experience this love for yourself. Find a way to connect with yourself. Allow love to flood into your being. And thank you, everybody, so much for being here. May you all go in love, light, and wisdom and create your own divine experiences. This is Dominique Rivera from Colorado. May you all go in love, light, and wisdom to know thyself, to love thyself.
Yeah.
And remember, the divine always has your back. Ciao.
Everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels the most, just remember. Just remember.